Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank, where I climb the online VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. In the last episode, we debuted this brand new team that I built around G-Max Snorlax, and I had a lot of fun trying it out. Gonna make some edits to this team probably in the next 2 or 3 days or so, because there are some ideas I already want to implement, but kind of want to play a couple more games to see how things are before actually making those changes. So we're gonna jump into the first game today. Of course, if you want to try out this team, it is a rental team, and you can see all the information in the description below, including the rental code, as well as an export for the team. But let's get started with the first game today. We're up against what looks like kind of a Trick Room team with the Duraludon, mainly Rhyperior and Conkeldurr. There's no actual Trick Room user. My opponent also has a Grimmsnarl, and Umbreon is probably the most interesting pick there on the opposing side. Otherwise, relatively standard stuff. So, let's see. I don't think we're really threatened here by too much. I'd like to probably set up screens in this game with Grimmsnarl. Not really sure I need Togekiss for the redirection here, because I'm actually not, I don't think anything threatens Gothitelle with like a one-shot. So we could go with the typical Grimmsnarl Gothitelle lead, I think, with Snorlax in the back. I'm definitely going to want to set up Safeguard this game, because I have to worry about burns from a lot of things. And then the last one is between Conkeldurr and Mudsdale. Both are honestly solid here. Leaning actually a little bit more towards Mudsdale, though. I guess Conkeldurr does hit everything for neutral is super effective, though, especially if... I mean, it's mainly Rhyperior that concerns me, but you know what? I'm going to try out Conkeldurr here. Yeah, mainly because I can hit Umbreon for super effective damage as well. So, yeah. Pretty excited to play some more games with this team. It's definitely not perfect by any means, but I think it is a lot of fun, and yesterday's episode, showcased how good it can be if you just properly set up Snorlax. Now, in a match like this, it might be a little bit more difficult because my opponent does have slow Pokemon like Conkeldurr and Rhyperior. Conkeldurr being obviously a pretty major threat to the Snorlax. So it's actually going to be Umbreon and Duraludon coming out for my opponent, which is certainly interesting. I mean, there's not much stopping me from light screening and Trick Rooming here, I think. Yeah. I could Fake Out here, but Umbreon is Inner Focus most likely, and Duraludon will probably Dynamax here. And I think if I just Dynamax, I should survive even something like a Helping Hand, Max Darkness into the Gothitelle. So, given that these are the two Pokemon out, and one thing I have to watch out for is actually Foul Play from Umbreon. That could just one-shot Snorlax should I bring it out in Belly Drum. So, we'll probably want to bring out Conkeldurr in this game after something goes down. Otherwise, the goal is to stall out the Dynamax here. But yeah, with this lead, I unfortunately cannot Fake Out. That's one of the downsides of Fake Out, obviously, with Dynamax being a thing now. It's one of the reasons why it's less common of a move in general. So, I'm going to set up screens. I'm kind of expecting Snarl here from Umbreon, maybe a Foul Play. Let's see. It's going to be a Steel Spike coming out first, though, which I'm okay with. It's going to go straight into Duraludon, which will survive. And let's see what Umbreon goes for. So, no Helping Hand either. It might just be like a Fighting type attack, or sorry, a Dark type attack. It's going to be a Yawn, alright. That's actually fine. So, what we can actually do here is just set up a Safeguard, and that will prevent the Yawn from basically affecting us, which is kind of cool. The downside here is that my opponent's going to get a lot of defense boosts with Steel Spikes, probably 2, and like I said, Umbreon probably has Foul Play, so we can't just Belly Drum with Snorlax, which is a little unfortunate. But I think I'm going to Safeguard here. I want to Swagger the Duraludon, but Reflect is probably just a little bit more consistent here, so let's Safeguard and Reflect, yeah. So now we get both screens up, which means neither of these two, nothing in the back should be doing much damage either in the back as well. And like I said, I think we probably need to bring out Conkeldurr to knock out the Umbreon, and then if we want, maybe set up with Snorlax in the back, potentially. So, yep, at this point, Yawn won't be affecting us because of Safeguard. Steel Spike comes out, so that's probably going to knock out the Grimmsnarl, but that's fine. Now I get to bring out the Assault Vest Conkeldurr. Now, I'm not going to be doing much damage to these two Pokemon because they're going to be at +2 defense each, but I can actually Dynamax the Conkeldurr and go for Max Knuckle for attack increases, which actually might be worth it, I think, because we've got the Assault Vest. Although, yeah, so Safeguard doesn't prevent the Gothitelle from falling asleep, which is a little unfortunate, but that's alright. We can actually switch out Gothitelle here into Snorlax, and I think just Max Knuckle Umbreon. Alternatively, I can just try to Wake Up, I guess. That doesn't seem too bad either. If I just Wake Up, then I can Heal Pulse Conkeldurr, and Conkeldurr will basically heal everything up. So, yeah, I'm just going to Max Knuckle a bunch here. We should be able to get to +3 attack relatively easily since my opponent is locked in now. So, I have the Dynamax advantage. Not Grimmsnarl. The Duraludon will probably go for a third Steel Spike. So both of these Pokemon will be at +3 defense. But the thing is, I don't think they can do too much damage to me. Unfortunately, Gothitelle is asleep, but as soon as we wake up, we will be able to Heal Pulse the Conkeldurr, and then we can Psychic the Duraludon as well, which should actually do a fair amount of damage once Dynamax is over. So here's the first Max Knuckle coming out. Let's see how much this does. I would think like 30% or so to Umbreon, but actually more. That's not bad at all. And I don't mind not knocking it out right now, because once the Dynamax ends from Duraludon, like, I shouldn't really be taking too much damage on either Pokemon. And so, yeah, Goth wasn't going to do anything this first turn anyway, and it's just going to be Snarl coming out from Umbreon. Yeah, so Snarl, Yawn, I would think Foul Play, and Moonlight. Yeah. So I don't really care about the special attack decreases. It's just Max Wormwind coming out, which is fine. I mean, obviously that is going to bring me back to neutral, but that does absolutely no damage right now, Dynamax. And I haven't seen the item on Duraludon yet, so I'm wondering if it's weakness policy. Like, that is slightly concerning, as it's leftovers Umbreon. So, yeah. I didn't want to bring out Snorlax this game, like I mentioned, because of the Umbreon specifically. Although, this actually might not be a bad time to bring out Snorlax, because we'll get the Max Knuckle boost. Yeah, I mean, God's not doing anything here. I feel like giving myself an attack boost is honestly worth it, because it means I might not even need to Belly Drum then, so... Yeah, let's actually go for that. I'm going to Max Knuckle and switch out Gothitelle. The trap is nice, but I would prefer to play a little bit more offensive right now. In this position, I kind of wish I brought Mudsdale. And I'll give Snorlax that +1 attack will start, you know, dishing out more damage across the board. And now, without Dynamax from my opponent's end, I can get both of these Pokemon to +2 attack. Yeah, solid damage from Max Knuckle. Another one won't get the knockout now. Maybe it would have been better to stay in with Goth and just try to wake up, though. Given that it's still kind of a passive position. Alright. There's Foul Play. Into the Lax, unfortunately, but it doesn't really do too much, which is fine. And just Dark Pulse coming out. Yeah, so my opponent did have Dark Pulse, which is interesting. Never went for it early on, and it does practically no damage. So that makes me think it's probably AV Duraludon. But now we still have Trick Room up. Safeguard still has 2 turns. Yeah, it's our last turn of Trick Room. Belly Drumming here is actually tempting. Because I'm not sure my opponent can bring in something that just immediately knocks out Snorlax, especially without Dynamax anymore. So I'm actually going to Belly Drum here, I think. Is that needed? I could go back out into Gothitelle, and maybe even set up a second Trick Room. That's also compelling. But I might be switching in into a Dark Pulse. I actually don't mind Belly Drumming here, I think. I'm not going to knock out anyway. And yeah, just Max Knuckle the Umbreon. I want to Max Knuckle that because, like I said, it does that Foul Play. My opponent revealed it there, so no surprise. As Umbreon actually protects. Okay. That makes this more interesting. Although I think Max Knuckle plus Mach Punch next turn should get the KO anyway. Since we'll be at +2 attack. Oh, I hope it does get the knockout. I'm not sure it does. That was a really nice Protect. Yeah, didn't anticipate it having Protect, but it certainly makes sense. The problem now is if Mach Punch doesn't KO, Foul Play will just knock us out. I'm not sure Mach Punch will get the knockout, to be honest. We do get another attack boost, though. Maybe I should have just switched out and Goth. Alright. Can +1 Mach Punch, or it's +2 Mach Punch, but Umbreon is +2 defense, I believe. So it's basically a neutral Mach Punch. I want to say it will do enough, given how much the Max Knuckles were doing. So Darkest Lariat and Mach Punch. It'll be close. Yeah, Umbreon, I was expecting like a Moonlight instead of Protect, which is why I felt relatively safe Belly Drumming, but... Okay, Mach Punch does get the knockout. So we'll probably pick up 2 knockouts here, so it comes down to what my opponent has in the back. It's gonna just go for Draco, and ooh, Snorlax actually dodges it. I don't think that was knocking out anyway, but that's quite a fortunate dodge, obviously. Mainly because we're really bulky, we've got Light Screen up as well. We actually don't knock out the Duraludon, but I think that's actually more in our favor, because I'd rather not give my opponent 2 free switch-ins. So, yeah, unfortunate miss for sure. Rotom coming out here isn't too shocking. Now we're free to just Mach Punch Duraludon. We still have Light Screen up as well, so we're not really taking much damage. Rotom might get a burn on one thing, but that's alright. I've got Seed Bomb here, so I think we're free to just Seed Bomb the Rotom and Mach Punch the Duraludon, yeah. Let's see. Alright, so no switch out's nice. And if Rotom is like Will-O-Wisp and Conkeldurr here, then we'll just knock out the Rotom. Otherwise, I don't know. Might try to knock out Snorlax, but yeah, there's Will-O-Wisp. And it actually did target Conkeldurr, so I mean, we would have gotten a knockout onto the Rotom anyway here. I don't think either Draco or Will-O-Wisp. Well, we'll see what the last one was, but yeah, I mean, the Draco miss didn't prevent us from making the same play. I don't think that's knocking out Snorlax, given how little Flash Cannon did, so I think we'd be in the same position here otherwise, even if both attacks hit, just with much lower HP Snorlax and Conkeldurr Let's Burn. And given that my opponent's last one is Conkeldurr, I think Gothitelle actually would have been able to pretty much close out this game for me, even though we are asleep right now. So yeah, it would just double edge and Drain Punch now. So a little bit of fortunate RNG in the end here, but I think my opponent needed to probably Will-O-Wisp the Snorlax to really have a shot there. As we won't faint from the Drain Punch here, but it's actually nice because we're slower than Conkeldurr. We'll basically heal back more every turn, and as soon as Gothitelle wakes up, so it's actually Life Orb Conkeldurr. That's interesting. As soon as Gothitelle wakes up, actually we almost just knock out Conkeldurr there, so it doesn't even end up mattering. Yeah, so I mean, had the burn connected there, I think I mean, we basically would have had just done like half of that damage, but I don't think this Conkeldurr can really knock out Goth, especially because it still has his Citrus Berry. And if I remember correctly, I don't think Conkeldurr gets knockoff in this game. So, don't think it really threatens me too much. Plus, I still have my +2 attack Conkeldurr, so I don't think, even if we were burned, we would basically distribute damage evenly, and I'd have Goth to Psychic to close out this game. So, yeah. We end up winning one here, but definitely a little fortunate. I mean, if Draco crits that Snorlax there, definitely gets knocked out. And if we lose Snorlax there, I mean, we probably lose the game if Will-O-Wisp also connects onto the Conkeldurr. It is close, though, because it is AV Conkeldurr, and even with the burn, it just brings us back to neutral. And I think, like, Conkeldurr actually probably could have beaten everything on my opponent's team, especially as soon as Gothitelle wakes up. So, hard to say for sure, but definitely a fun one there. And that puts us in Ultra Ball tier. So, yeah, let's see if we can make it to Master Ball tier by tomorrow, as we get 20 BP, which is nice, too. But yeah, I was talking about things I would do to maybe change this team. I was thinking of something that gives me like a slightly better answer against Duraludon. I was thinking of things like my own Duraludon, maybe Gastrodon, like a super offensive Gastrodon. So, gonna have to go back to the drawing board and think about it. But we've got a pretty hyper offensive team for the next game today with Dragapult, Whimsicott, Tyranitar Excadrill, Gyarados, and Togekiss. I haven't even brought my Togekiss out yet, which is really frustrating. I guess the thing with this team is you rarely want to lead Tyranitar Excadrill into a team that has Mudsdale and Conkeldurr. Yeah, the main reason I don't like Togekiss Goth is because if my opponent does lead Tyranitar Excadrill, then you can just, like, knock Eject Button, for example, onto the Togekiss, and then Max Darkness into Gothitelle, and there's not really great counterplay to that. This is a game, though, where if I get up Trick Room, I feel pretty good, I think. Conkeldurr is definitely a must-bring here. Probably Snorlax as well. I could go Grimmsnarl Goth, but it seems relatively passive, and I'm also worried about Dynamax Dragapult, so I might actually go Togekiss Gothitelle with Conkeldurr and Snorlax in the back. Yeah, without Rockfall and I mean, I do have... Actually, Mudsdale still has pretty good coverage across the board, but I feel like with this team, people are typically dissuaded from bringing T-Rex because of Conkeldurr and Mudsdale. So I'm hoping to not see that as a lead, and if I don't, then I think Togekiss Goth will work how I intend it to. So we'll see my opponent does go with that. If they do go with T-Rexica, I mean, I still have Conkeldurr and Snorlax that I can switch into. It's just not super ideal, but I'm hoping that the Conkeldurr and Mudsdale team preview dissuades my opponent enough from just leading with that, because it is rather aggro. So let's see. Alright, Dragapult Whimsicott. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Yeah. Great, because now we can actually just go for Follow Me and a Trick Room, and there's pretty much no way to deny me from setting up Trick Room here. Yeah. Especially because Dragapult should be faster than the Whimsicott, so you can't just, for example, target my Togekiss with Whimsicott to eject button, although my opponent probably doesn't even know about the eject button, so yeah, this will work out quite nicely. The thing is, against Whimsicott, I'm always worried about Taunt or Encore. Now, Taunt isn't as much of a problem, but Encore is something that very rarely Whimsicott's carry nowadays, but like, in a best of one setting, it's still like, because this team is so fragile, I have to play around it, I think. There's Dragapult Dynamaxes, which is not surprising. So I might be forced to switch out Goth this next turn, if I'm that worried about Encore. We'll see. So here's Follow Me. What? The Whimsicott is faster? No way. How slow is Dragapult? Seeing a Dragapult being slower than Whimsicott is just so odd. Wow. And there I was saying like, oh, this is perfect for us because we should be in a good position. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. I mean, Max Phantasm probably just knocks out Goth here. I just am shocked that that's slower. But it's Max Steel Spike. What? Okay. We dodged a bullet there then. That's got to be weakness policy, super slow Dragapult then. That's the only thing that makes sense. My goodness, that is nuts though. That's absolutely nuts. I want to Belly Drum here and actually switch back out into Togekiss now because I want to see if my opponent does have Taunt Slash or Encore. That is bizarre. Wow. So I'm sure it's very bulky weakness policy Dragapult or maybe AV Dragapult. Yeah, you don't see that every day. But that makes sense. I think a lot of people have obviously just been using super offensive Dragapult, and bulky variants certainly makes sense, especially with Steel Spike for attack increases, or sorry, defense increases. No Belly Drum. Or sorry, no Taunt or Encore. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I think we'll probably be in a pretty good spot here if we survive the double up here, which we should. As Max Wormwind goes into Togekiss too, that's beautiful. Fling Lychee Berry. Oh, okay. That's the kind of set it is. Which, procs weakness policy, I believe. Yep. Or no, yeah, it raises your attack and then weakness policy procs as well. Yeah, that makes sense. Hence it being slower. But that's fine. Because we can actually just Darkest Lariat here and follow me. Yeah, I don't think my opponent can stop that. I'm not even worried about Taunt or Encore anymore. And Whimsicott switches out, yeah. Probably Gyarados for Intimidate. Ooh, does +5 Darkest Lariat knock out this Dragapult? Honestly, probably not. Let's see if it max cards. No, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, I could have dazzled Darkest Lariat there too, but I'm still worried about the Whimsicott's moveset. Like, I don't know everything, right? So here's Darkest Lariat coming out. Yeah, it actually just misses out on the knockout, but that's fine. Steel Spike won't really do much. I mean, I'll knock out Togekiss, but now I get a free switch into Gothitelle, so I think we should win now. Wow, what a team though. What? Definitely was not expecting that to come out. Okay. I'd rather go into Gothitelle and just heal pulse to Snorlax, because I think now we set up with Snorlax and we've won the game already. Fling Lychee Berry with weakness policy. That's crazy. I think Psychic actually probably just knocks out Dragapult here, right? There's still 2 turns of Trick Room too. Yeah, there's no special defense boost on Dragapult, so I think we're actually free to just Dynamax, Max Replenish into Gyarados and Psychic. We can heal pulse next turn. But I want to have the chance of getting the berry here. Dragapult actually switches out, okay. And Gyarados probably protects here as Whimsicott comes in, but at this point, I'm not too worried about Whimsicott because you can't really Encore me or Taunt me once I'm Dynamaxed, which is good. We'll break its Sash here too. And we probably knock it out even if it's Protect through Sash next turn. Like, I heal pulse there just to play it safe. I don't want to take any unnecessary damage, perhaps. Because we still haven't won this game, I think. Not knowing the Whimsicott's moveset makes things dicier. We've seen Moonblast, we've seen Fling, probably Tailwind, but the question is what the last attack is. No Protect from Gyarados here, though, so here's the Max Replenish. Does it get the knockout? Yes, beautiful. Do we find a berry? Don't think so. I think that text comes before the knockout, actually. I'm not sure. Either way, here's Psychic coming out from Gothitelle. Solid damage. Hopefully Max Replenish just gets the KO now through Protect. And now Whimsicott's trapped in. We still have 2 turns of Dynamax. Looks like that's Dragapult coming back in. Oh no, it's actually Togekiss. Alright, that's fine. With Togekiss, I mean, could see a Yawn. Could just see a Follow Me. I'd rather Max Replenish here. And I think Safeguard. Just because I don't want to get put to sleep. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, my opponent just forfeits. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, there's not much offense at that point with Whimsicott and Togekiss, right? Neither of those are doing any damage to my Snorlax. And Dragapult I don't think really can touch me now because it's a really bulky variant as well. So that was kind of a crazy game. I expected, Yeah, I'm curious on the Dragapults. Let's see. Mixed variant with Draco, Steel Wing, Phantom Force, and Flamethrower. Interesting. Yeah, I want to check its EV spread after this. Yeah, Whimsicott has Safeguard Moonblast, so it pretty much couldn't touch me without Taunt or Encore. And then, yeah, this Gyarados was a choice? Nope, just Wakam Barrier with 4 attacks. Yeah. And given that, yeah, there was the yawn, so I think my opponent's only out there is maybe to try to put Snorlax to sleep, but like I mentioned, I have Safeguard specifically for that position, so we didn't have to worry that much about it. So, nice. Another win there, puts us closer to Master Ball tier. Probably 2 wins now gets us there. Alright, we're going to find our next opponent of the day. Unfortunately, the last match disconnected immediately, so we ended up winning it, but it wasn't very eventful. So, if we actually win here now, it brings us to Master Ball tier, I think, so that's exciting. But we're up against a pretty interesting team here. The Rabombi, which I believe typically uses Speed Swap with Snorlax. I actually used that combo back in VGC 17 for fun with, like, Pheromosa and Snorlax, and that was actually really sick, but had to watch out for that. Otherwise, definitely like a Trick Room combo here with the Hatterene and the Dusclops. Mudsdale here, which is also interesting since we have that. I need to stop saying interesting. Ever since someone pointed it out, it was like, okay, I need to find new words in my vocabulary to describe things. It's very horse-like. It's an animal. And then Dragapult is the last one, which definitely kind of stands out here because everything else is relatively slow. This is where I wish I had Foul Play on my Grimmsnarl. So the key thing here is that that's probably also a Belly Drum Snorlax. Now I actually wonder how fast it is relative to my Snorlax. Because my Snorlax isn't min speed, so we probably outspeed it outside of Trick Room. Togekiss might actually be good here, though. I feel like getting Yawns off could actually be really great against the majority of my opponent's team. Grimmsnarl with Togekiss is like a super passive lead here, but maybe that's alright. I want my own Conkeldurr, I think, and probably Snorlax. The problem with this is that we're really susceptible to getting burned, and I'm not bringing Gothitelle to set up Safeguard. So, I don't know. It's like a weird team to go up against. I don't feel super comfortable in this matchup. Yeah, best of 1 in this format can also be tricky because there's so many Dynamax moves or max moves from Dynamax attacks you have to watch out for. There's obviously very specific sets that can always be super scary. The Rabombi here is probably the thing that terrifies the most, but it is Snorlax and Dusclops, right? Yeah, I mean, if I got here, I could Safeguard, but I guess this isn't terrible because we can just yawn the Snorlax immediately. In fact, he knows I have eject button. We can actually just yawn the Snorlax. There's not much point in setting up screens immediately. Basically, by yawning, even if it belly drums, you have to switch it out next turn. Yeah, so I'm gonna yawn and reflect, I think. Let's go for that. My problem here... Okay, Snorlax protects, that's fine. Protect is interesting, though. That's not super common. Although, I guess it's hard to say what's common in this form. It wasn't super common in previous years. You normally see it on belly drum sets, basically. And I shouldn't say it wasn't super common. It's definitely used quite a lot. It's not like a surprising move by any means. Given that I've revealed Yawn here, though, I think Snorlax is probably less willing to belly drum, which will be in our... Oh, although now you know I have the eject button. Yeah, so then what you can do is just attack my Togekiss with Dusclops and belly drum with Snorlax. So I have 2 outs against this. I don't really see much of a point in switching out Togekiss, because it's probably going to get... It's going to switch out anyway, so I think I actually just want to yawn the Snorlax and let's go for a swagger here onto the Dusclops, because if Dusclops hits itself and Snorlax goes for... Oh, it can do that too. Okay. Well, we just gave Snorlax an attack boost. Looks like we actually end up missing swagger, but it's probably belly drumming here anyway, yeah. Yeah, that's why, I mean, when I was talking about best of 1 play, like Ally Switch is one of the most terrifying things to go up against. Although it makes this next turn interesting, because we could just swagger and yawn if Snorlax hits itself in confusion and gets put to sleep. Like, that would be sick. But yeah, I guess I should have predicted Ally Switch. What would I do against this lead with my team, though? I mean, maybe Gothitelle and my own Snorlax was actually the best answer. But then this Trick Room Mind Game's immediately turn 1, which isn't also super ideal. The Trick Room Mirror match can be really weird. I want to yawn again, I think. I mean, I see Dusclops ally switching. Well, I also need to call the right slot with swagger, right? Does Dusclops ally switch here? I wish I hit that swagger. I would ally switch a second time here if I'm my opponent, I think. Yeah, I'm going to predict the second ally switch. Oh, well, okay, that's the G-Max going off first, so we still don't know. Okay, I don't like relying on Swagger this early on, but given my opponent had ally switch, I kind of have to, I think, unfortunately. I don't have a great lead against Dusclops Snorlax. Actually, I want to think about it after this match, because we're still playing right now. Let's see. Ally switch. Okay. If this hits itself in confusion, we're actually not in a bad position at all. Okay. Hit yourself in confusion, Snorlax. Ah, I guess the attack off. Okay. GG's. But we survive? Oh, wow. I really wasn't expecting that. Okay. Unfortunately, we have eject button, so that pushes us out. Oh, man. What a funny game. I'm going to go into my own Snorlax, I think. Yeah, this is where having Foul Play with Grimmstar would be good, too. I replaced Foul Play for Fake Out. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go for my own Belly Drum here, I think. I basically need Snorlax to hit itself in confusion right now. So that's what I'm going for. And there's no point in swaggering it here. I guess I'll go out into my Togekiss. Maybe we don't need a Belly Drum here. I mean, you probably target the Snorlax, my slot. Okay, here's what we're going to do, I think, actually. We're going to Belly Drum and switch out. At this point, I'm relying on at least, like, one Confusion hit anyway, right? So if it hits itself in Confusion... Actually, I don't think Snorlax even knocks out my Snorlax because it looks like it's similar to my set where there's really not much offense at all. So if Snorlax hits itself in Confusion here, we'll be able to bring Togekiss in for free. We can go for Follow Me the next turn and then probably knock out my opponent's Dusclops. And we actually have the G-Max advantage right now. Alright, let's see. Can it hit itself in confusion? It does! Oh, okay, that's huge. We're actually back into this game instantly now. Okay. I think I need to target down the Snorlax, unfortunately. I don't know if I knock out G-Max Lax from this range. How many turns of Trick Room are left? This is the last turn of Trick Room. So, actually, I think we're free to just G-Max replenish into Snorlax. Dusclops could be ally switching, so maybe it's better to Darkest Lariat. I don't think that even knocks out Snorlax. We could Darkest Lariat the Dusclops here. I actually want to knock out Dusclops. It's such an annoying threat. Perhaps it's better still to Dynamax here. I'm gonna Dynamax, but try to knock out Dusclops and Follow Me. Yeah. This is crazy. I didn't think I would win after the beginning, but now we're actually in a decent position. The reason why I'm prioritizing knocking out the Dusclops here is because my Snorlax should actually outspeed the majority of my opponent's team after Trick Room is over. And this is the last turn of Trick Room. So if Dusclops doesn't wake up here, we just knock it out. My opponent knocks out my Togekiss, and then we have G-Max Snorlax out when my opponent's done with their G-Max. And by going for the Dark type attack, we also cover for an ally switch. I don't even know if Max Replenish knocks out the opposing Snorlax. Dusclops stays asleep. Wow, okay. Snorlax snaps out of confusion, but that's fine at this point, I think. Battle of the Snorlaxes today, though. Cool, okay. So we knock out Togekiss. Now I get to bring in Conkeldurr for free, too. This is why I actually EV'd my Snorlax to underspeed Snorlaxes in Trick Room, aka outspeed outside of Trick Room. Might just work out in our favor here. I really wanted to knock out Dusclops because it can burn me, plus it has Ally Switch, which is never fun to go up against. So Trick Room expires. This might not actually be bad. Alright, so we got G-Max Snorlax out now next to Conkeldurr. And G-Max is going to end for my opponent as well. So let's see what comes out as the last one. This is a fun episode though, wow. Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna have a lot of Snorlax. We're gonna battle a lot of Snorlax, and that's one of the reasons why I really didn't want to give up Foul Play on Grimmstar, but I think Fake Out was too essential for me after playing some test games. In like 10 games, you know, I only ran into this one Snorlax, and like Fake Out was pretty useful in almost every match. We still haven't won yet, so this is still far from over, but with Reflect being up and with G-Max Lax out on our end, given that first Max Replenish didn't knock out Togekiss, I think our Snorlax will actually be able to hang on relatively comfortably here. Conkeldurr probably won't, though, which is part of the problem. Here's Hatterene, okay. I mean, Snorlax here should be the fastest thing for me. I don't want Trick Room to go up again, though, so I think it's better... Just worried about Sash Hatterene, I guess. I also don't know how fast my opponent's Lax is here. I'm gonna Max Replenish into Hatterene. I think, yeah. I want to Mach Punch it. But maybe Drain Punching Lax is also fine here. I am really worried about Sash Hatterene. I don't think Snorlax knocks out my Snorlax here. So I think I actually double up into Hatterene here. If Snorlax protects, that would be game over. I think we got it. Alright, let's see. It's still not over yet, but... Alright, that's not a protect. Perfect. Nice. That should be a KO. Beautiful. And now we just outspeed the opposing Snorlax and Max Replenish to get the knockout. Wow. Alright, let's see what the last one is, though. You can't call game before seeing your opponent's last Pokemon, but my opponent basically just gave me a free knockout. It is for Bombi. Oh. I don't know that's the moveset of that. That's what's scaring me. I'm gonna Max Replenish, though, into Snorlax, I think, and, Fire Punch for Bombi. Does it get Sleep Powder? I don't know its moveset, so that's what I'm worried about right now. Oh, I guess it could Speed Swap here too, couldn't it? But why would you not bring Ribombee out last one? I guess my opponent would prefer just have set up Trick Room, but I feel like Ribombee was probably the better bring. It's just Pollen Puffing. What does that do? Just heals it? Okay. Does Max Replenish knock out right now? I don't know. It does. Oh, that was beautiful. Okay, nice. Yeah, there's the Sash. Okay, so I guess I should have expected Sash on Hatterene given team preview, but I wasn't sure. Wow. Obviously, we got a little fortunate getting that Confusion hit the first time around, but I mean, it had that first Swagger connected to would have given me another shot. I think that was my best play to go for in that position. Because if you saw literally a single attack change the tides of this battle. I don't think I maybe necessarily didn't need it, because I think my Snorlax is tanky enough where with Reflect up, I actually could have survived attacks from the opposing Snorlax, but now we can just Mach Punch and close it out. That was a crazy game, though, yeah. We were able to we were able to stop Trick Room. I think the Yawn was absolutely huge. Putting the Dusclops to sleep made my life a lot easier. Unfortunately, Dusclops took 2-turn sleep instead of 1-turn sleep, which allowed us to just get a clean knockout there, but... Yeah, the prediction onto the Hatterene helped out a lot because that effectively ended the game. So yeah, I'm actually kind of curious on the sets here. So G-Max Snorlax, yeah, it has Facade actually in Darkest Lariat, which isn't too surprising. Dusclops did have Will-O-Wisp, had Hex as well. That's the Ribombee set. So yeah, Speed Swap, Pollen Puff, Energy Ball. So Pollen Puff to heal, you Speed Swap to get your speed up. My opponent could have... Does Speed Swap actually take place immediately? I am not sure about that. Yeah, interesting. Alright, so I think it actually puts us in Master Ball tier, because we won one between games. I'm just quickly checking. So yeah, I had a couple of losses to fix up this team, but now I think I have the team in a better spot. Although Foul Play would have actually been better, but I think the Fake Out on Grimmsnarl actually helps me out a lot against a lot of teams that I'm going up against. Nice. Cool. So we reached Master Ball tier in 2 episodes. That's nice. And so we'll go from there. I still am definitely going to fix this team and edit it as we go along, I think. But today I'm actually quite happy with how it performed. Obviously, Snorlax is the Pokemon we're G-Maxing or Dynamaxing a lot, but like, it's not the only option. It just so happens to be the best option so many of the times. And I would, prefer it to not be the only option. So, I mean, Mudsdale and Conkeldurr are definitely Pokemon that are Dynamaxable as well, but I think I might swap Mudsdale for something else. I'm still not sure about that. We'll see how it goes as I play along with it, but yeah, that was a really, really fun episode. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you as always for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time. Alright, peace.